All right. Good morning. Let's check, make sure we're operating good. Good. We is. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. My name's Ryan. I get stuff from yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, and other places. Try to make a few extra bucks online. This weekend I sold a bunch of stuff. Not a lot of high dollar, high ticket items. But stuff moved. Like it was kind of weird. I think there was a recent algorithm change, and I do a minimum of promotion on all my listings, like 2.5%. And it looks like everybody who doesn't promote, their sales tanked, and everybody who does promote, their sales kind of went pretty good. So, and now eBay has a weird thing that I don't necessarily agree with how they do the promoted listings right now, and it's kind of technical, and I'm not going to get into it. But if it results in sales like this, I don't know that I've got a huge amount of complaining to do. So there you go. 16 sales. Like I walked in the door this Monday morning, had one more sale from the time I left the house. So from Friday morning ish to now, 16 sales, which is really good for me. I average 2 to 3 a day, give or take, closer to two. And when I can run basically 4 to 5 a day, that's really good. And I've been hitting three a day average probably for the past week or so. So things have been kind of interesting on the sales front. So let's jump into and not a ton of finds, I think, to go over, but we'll run up a couple things. Um, but we'll jump into a handful of sales, and I don't think all of these are actually going to be all that profitable. But when you're a small seller, even getting a sale out at minimal profit really actually can help you because one ding kick you off a top seller status to above standard, which is okay, but you can really save some money if you can keep that top seller status, and that's kind of what I'm trying to get back to, and it may take me a few more months. But it's weekends like this help if I can, even if I'm selling stuff that doesn't make a ton of profit, it really does pay off on the back end. So let's jump into it, and you can see what I'm talking about. Let's see, three $8-ish items, I think, and we'll jump into that. All right. All right, that was 850, and this was 8, and that was 8. Okay. Fort McHenry hat. This went for 850. These hats sell. These types of hats don't sell great. It may depend on the ship that you're getting. But this one went for 850. A Hard Rock Cafe hat. This went for 8. Hard Rock stuff does okay sometimes, not always. You look it up. I think I was expecting a little more out of this, but very specific Hard Rock Cafe stuff does do okay. But you got to do your looking stuff up. Now that being said, I don't think I've ever failed to sell something Hard Rock Cafe, even if it's only been for a few bucks, for a dollar or two profit on a hat or a shirt. I've actually always been able to sell Hard Rock Cafe stuff. And finally, not finally, but my last kind of $8-ish item. This is sorry. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Dirty dancing shirt for a lady. This went for $8. So those sales 3 click. Not a lot of profit on those, but getting them out in time will really help. Really help things as we move along. Okay, books. Handful of books. Good handful of books this week. First one, I think I got this one for a quarter. So this is, you can't really quite tell because of A History of Arizona Southern Baptist Convention, 1984. This went for $9. Let's see, scrolling down. The Spy Who Came in from the Cold, $9, hardcover. And Lynx, it's sort of an old paperback. This one was $9. Several of these also, I dropped the price on it late last week from say 12 bucks down to $9, and they sold really quickly off as well. So I think the price drop on those things helped. A handful of this stuff actually sold not long after. I did a bunch of stuff, dropped the price a few dollars. This one was Word Studies of Mark. Commentaries still do okay. Sometimes it depends. This went for $9. So that's my lower dollar stack of books. And now we're going to get into the stuff that's a little more worth talking about. A little bit. Like I said, nothing blew the doors open this week. Got this from a lady I was helping out, clean out of her place. This Radio Shack shirt. Hey, Kevin Hawthorne from Lakewood, Florida. This went for $14. I've got about 4 of these. So I'm hoping to. This is surprisingly, there's still radio snacks out there. I didn't work at one like last year. It was one of my first jobs. I was a teenager in the late 90s working at Radio Shack. That is no longer there. And it was the district office. Okay. This was a fun find. This is a Waterford silver-plated shamrock ornament. And I got this at last chance, which means I didn't pay a bunch of money for it. And this went for $17. And this one may go as high as 20, 25 or when it gets closer to Christmas. Unfortunately got after Christmas. But also it didn't sell for St. Patrick's Day like I was hoping. So anyway, still better take 17 now than 25, maybe 25 in November, December. It actually comes out. Time value of money is this thing that a lot of people don't necessarily realize. Probably the most. We'll get to the interesting piece in a second. Men's sliding shorts for baseball. Sold 3 pair. I hadn't sold a few of these in a couple months, and I sold 3 pair this weekend, $10 to $11 a pair. So that was kind of neat. So the last 2 things we're going to talk about here is probably the 2. Actually, we got 3 things to talk about. We'll get to this in a second because this is kind of neat. Sold over here. This is a little bit of a bolo right now for you. If you can get Brian Jacques Redwall books, I sold 9 for $34.99. If you can, this is the second stack of Redwall books that I've sold probably in 3 months. If you can find Redwall books for $1 a piece or cheaper, and several all at one time, then you've hit a good one. They go for $4 a piece, give or take, if not a little bit better. Sometimes hardcovers do even better. And those sold. I listed those Friday, and they sold yesterday or something like that. So keep an eye out for Redwall books. It's a young adult series, Animal Heroes. So go keep an eye out for those because those sell pretty well and pretty consistent. And not finally, 2 last things. One, the Star Wars Day sale. Splinter of the Mind's Eye hardcover. This may be a true first edition of Splinter of the Mind's Eye, even though it's from the Sci-Fi Book Club. Keep an eye out for the Sci-Fi Book Club Star Wars books particularly the first one, New Hope, because that is there's a specific edition of that. It's one of the few times that a book club edition is the true first edition. It's the 1977 book club edition of Star Wars. It's $100 plus book, easy. And even the later printings are still pretty good sales. Splinter of the Mind's Eye, probably the worst of the Legends books. There's some stuff in there that like gets completely contradicted in later movies, and like it was non-canon real quick, and it's an interesting read. But that one still $29.99, and that didn't take long to sell at all. Where did that go? There it is. Pokemon card. This went for $17. It's a Hydrapple, Japanese Hydrapple. Funny story behind this thing. One of my sons is into all my kids are kind of into Pokemon and Magic a little bit, and we went to a local Dollar General, and I think my son has bought only like 5 or 6 packs of the recent Pokemon stuff, and 2 of them have had hits to resell. That one went for 17, and he pulls a $70 card out of a pack of Pokemon that sold in like less than 24 hours. It was insane. It's one of those annoying things as a parent. It's like, you're wasting your money on Pokemon. No, you ain't. And you can't tell him to not buy them because he's wasting his money. So he's one of those people that lives on a certain, like, you got a bell curve of kind of luck and good things. He seems to live on like the positive side of the bell curve sometimes. So, all right, finally the most fun one. This was my grandfather's, and it's a Masonic coin. I don't think it's so much a challenge coin with a you see this sometimes, and there's a penny in here with a Masonic stamp on it, and that went for $15 for that. So I got it out of a big this is one of the things that was kind of in my grandpa's top drawer growing up, and I brought a big box of that stuff back. Hung on to a few things, but selling off a bunch of stuff as he probably would want me to sometimes. I think because he was a hustler, and so eBay would have been right up his alley. eBaying and thrift, and not necessarily thrifting, but no, we did do some of that. But there's a local flea market we go to sometimes. And I would have, if we had grown up with a flea market like that nearby, we'd have lived out there growing up. So that's where I get a lot of the hustling stuff from. But that being said, real good week selling stuff this week. Okay week finding some things, but a lot of moving, John Cena. I don't know if you can see this or not. But John Cena figure, this is a $10 to $15 figure probably. Handful of bucks, no huge finds this week, but good sales, stuff's moving. Back into the swing of things after some recent stuff has been going on, and I got some stuff I'm gonna be listing this week. And we'll see how that goes. So thanks for watching. Get some coffee. And let's get to packing this stuff up. This is going to be about an hour's worth of packing, give or take. Even though most of it's going to be easy stuff to do. I'm not going to have to finagle a whole ton of boxes, other than maybe the Redwall stuff. So y'all be good, and hope to have y'all like, comment, subscribe. Be great. And I'll catch y'all next time.